Hunter friends, never taunt a monster or fate because it will punish you hard. Pidgey hunt. What the heck? Come on. Oh, this is gonna suck. Welcome back, Classic Crew, to another Monster Hunter Journal as we get into the end game of the pledge to defeat all monsters into Monster Hunter Ultimate 3 Ultimate. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. We are now down to 13. I spent a whole stream fighting a golden whale, which I was like last journal. I was like, how hard can this be? I mean, he was so easy the first time. He's mostly just a massive pool of HP I have to go through. What are they going to do with a bling bling whale? Oh, the bling bling hits hard. The bling bling has scarred me. And I was actually quite fearful of I was getting the Iceborne vibes again, which is great and not great because it's been a year since I left. No, it's been half a year since I left Iceborne. And I kind of forgot what my Monster Hunter World grind was compared to my Iceborne grind. Like the Iceborne endgame is a whole different type of game compared to like your usual World grind. And the same thing seems to be happening here as I dip my toe into G-Rank, where the game progress has been pretty comfortable and good so far. And fighting the gold Sideus just knocked some sense into me of like, oh, this is how much harder this game can be. And this is just the entry point, which means it's only going to get worse from here. I have 13 monsters left to hunt, and I'm just a little bit worried. So in the last stream, I'm trying to really get this Brachydios gem. It's been 2 weeks of me and fellow hunters hunting these Brachydios, trying to get the gem so I can upgrade my sword. And I really wanted that before the golden Sideus, because when I fought the normal Sideus, it took me 30 minutes to kill it with my current sword. And I was just like, this is terrible. Like, if the golden Sideus is anything, an indication that it's a harder Sideus, I need to do more damage. Otherwise, even if I can dodge everything, I'm just gonna run out of time. So after about an hour, I still couldn't get a freaking Brachydios gem. We tried. Everybody else was getting a gem, but not me. No gem for AJ. I am gemless. So I'm like, whatever, let's just go at it. So I went in there in full Volvidon armor, silly me, because Volvidon armor is actually weak to water. And guess what? You're surrounded by water and you're getting blasted by a water cannon from a massive water creature. So not so smart on my part. I got in there and I was being outmaneuvered like crazy. This golden Sideus moves way faster than the other one. And it's in the same environment. Remember what I said, what more can they do with a fish? Well, they can make them faster and they can give them a supernova beam that kills you no matter what you do. So fear definitely crept in after that encounter. I was like, oh no, what can I do now? So I was like, all right, I got to get rid of this armor. But then I'm like, oh, do I really want to spend another 20 hours just to grind an armor just to fight this thing? That didn't sound so appealing at that time. So I was like, all right, let's see what we can build. I fought all sorts of things. Maybe I can like grab some armor of this and like scavenge something. So I started taking apart my armor. I built I'm like, oh, I hunted a lot of Durhamboros, and that's resilient or has a good defense against water somehow. So I was like, all right, let's put a piece of Durhamboros here. Do I have any laggy pieces? Because I got a bunch of gems there. Oh, I can make some like legs, some shin legs. I'm like, all right, let's put some laggy stuff here. And just like boom, boom, boom. By the end, I look like a clown, but I was like, I don't care. I know that in this game, mixing armor sets is not advised. But between some talismans, some decorations, and some desperations, I managed to pull something that was kind of decent, honestly. I think there are worse sets out there. And so that gave me a little bit more defense. And then I went in at it again, and I did much better that time, but I was still like, oh man, this armor's not working so well. Like I'm still getting a lot of my health is getting hit when I'm getting hit. And I was like, oh, whatever. So I kept wailing on it. I love saying that. And I dragonated it a few times. So I'm like, okay, things are going well, but I just couldn't keep up with with its onslaught. I also realized my underwater skill is not good enough. One of the things I learned is he will do like either a vertical jet blast or a horizontal jet blast. And that is to teach us fellow hunters, if you know how to swim up and right and left. It turns out I did not know how to swim up and down on command, only left and right. And so I was so glad that someone taught me. They're like, oh, you have to hit B and then you hit your left joystick and that'll shoot you up or down. So understanding that allowed me to add more dodging mechanisms into my gameplay, which honestly went a long way to keeping me alive. Anyways, I died. So I was like, oh man, like, oh, what can I do? I guess, should we actually level up the Brachydio? Should I spend that? And then somebody on chat was like, hey Jay, did you even level up your armor? Like all this new armor I made, did you bother to level it up? I was like, oh, I totally forgot to level up my armor. So that whole time I was fighting the Gold Sideus with under leveled armor. So I was like, so we went back into the pond, played with the whale, and this time I killed it. It wasn't as easy as saying jumping into the pond and killing it. I think I was stretched so thin that I had to Farcaster at one point, sleep in the bed. I went through all of my potions. It was getting to that level of desperation where I didn't think it was going to happen. And then out of nowhere, it died. And I was like, oh, it's over. Like I was already getting myself set for, I'm going to have to fight this thing until next stream. I'm going to have to fight this thing over and over. I'm going to have to somehow get good at fighting underwater. And all these things were just sounding so terrible to me. So with that, that was a major step forward, opening up G-Rank. And now there are, like I said, 13 monsters. I still have 20 quests in Village to grind out to unlock our boy Elytra. And I'm actually going to make some notes here. Oh, I discovered my first new monster in G-Rank. I haven't seen it. I just saw it on the quest list. We have Green Plesioth on the menu. So that's something I have to look forward to. So we are going to potentially knock out something else, assuming I can actually kill this Green Plesioth. I need to grind out some armor. So I did fight a quest with, oh, actually it wasn't even a good quest because it was one where you fight 2 Great Jaggies, I think they're called, and 2 Volvidons, but they don't drop any armor. They drop the Mega Potions. So it's not that great of a grinding quest, I think, because I want to build my G-Rank Volvidon armor or my G-Rank Great Jaggy armor so I can like, whoop, let's be less squishy. So that leaves me with 9 monsters. I don't know. I have no idea what other 9 monsters are in this game. I assume that there's going to be some variants or subspecies of some of the ones I've fought already, but I don't know what they are. So 9 mystery monsters remain. 13 remain to be hunted until this pledge is complete. And we now have, so we're almost into April, May. 3 months remain if I can do this before Sunbreak comes out, until our next adventure calls us to new lands to hunt other new monsters. So that's where we are. Not too much to share, but the golden Sideus was a humbling experience, and my ego, I will set it aside a little bit now as I enter into G-Rank because it's very punishing. So I'll see you on the next stream as I take on the Green Plesioth. And until next time, keep it classy. Subscribe.